Yesterday we started talking about equivalent fractions, and we worked to understand that you can name different fractions that look very different from each other, but they mean the exact same amount. And today we are going to find equivalent fractions by multiplying our numerator and denominator by the same number. Kanaya? You are welcome to get yourself right now, because you don't have a paper, and you can sit on the carpet to see, because that is a hard place to see from.
I can see like this. Or what you could do instead of you wanted to sit, you could just sit on your knees. I don't like sitting on daddy's stuff.
I understand.
You can turn your head. I'd be like, or you can lay down. No, that's not. Be like this.
Okay. So you can find an equivalent fraction by multiplying a numerator times you can multiply the numerator and denominator times the same number. So if I want to find an equivalent fraction for 1/4, I can multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 2. Actually, I could choose any number I wanted to. If I wanted to multiply it by 100, I could. If I wanted to multiply it by 24, I could. Whatever number I want, as long as it's a whole number. All right, so they multiplied 1 times 2 to get 2, and they multiplied 4 times 2 to get 8. So it's the same thing. They shaded in one part out of 4, and then they split it into 8 total pieces. So it's 2 out of 8 rather than 1 out of 4 shaded. All right, so let's look at this first example.
I think there's a tiny bug on the paper.
I think you might be right.
No, it might.
Nope, it's definitely something. All right, hold on. All right, it's gone. It's gone. I got it.
It's
Okay.
a bug. Ew, that's a bug. It's a fly.
So again, I am recording, so let's make sure that we are mindful of anyone who might be watching this later, that they can focus and understand. All right.
Sorry, people who are watching this later.
So, to find an equivalent fraction, by the way, what does equivalent mean? The same. It means equal to or the same as. So, to find an equivalent fraction for 1/2, what should I multiply both of these numbers by?
2.
Okay, we can do it. We can do 2. I'm good with 2.
I have no idea what.
So, what is 1 times 2?
2.
What is 2 times 2?
4.
So, 2/4 is equivalent to 1/2, and I can prove that. So, here I'm shading in 1/2, right? I'm going to make it into 2/4, just that easy. 2 out of 4 shaded.
It's easy.
So again, to create an equivalent fraction, I can multiply both my numerator and my denominator by whatever number. Let's do a different number this time. Instead of 2, what do y'all want?
3.
I heard 6. I like it. 6 is good.
If I don't know how to do the times by, could I probably do that square thing? And
Absolutely.
see what the other numbers I can make all that.
Absolutely. But right here, we can pick any number we want. So if you're good with your 2s, your 2 times tables, and your 2 is what you're comfortable with, roll with 2. It's fine. So 4 times 6 is
24.
3 times 6 is. So 24 over 18 is equivalent to 4/3.
It's basically 6 times 6 and 8 times 6.
So now let's look at these, where they give me the denominator, and I got to figure out what the numerator is. All right? So I'm starting with 1/3. 1/3 right there.
It's 2. It's 2.
And now we've got something out of 6. What is the something? So we could look at the model, or we could say that we know that we have to multiply 3 times 2 to get 6. And if we multiply the denominator by something, we also have to multiply the numerator by the same exact thing. So what is 1 times 2? 2 6. Okay, so here we have 3 out of 6. And now they're giving me the numerator. What do I do to 3 to get 6? Times 2. So I'm going to multiply 6 times 2 as well to get 12. The other way you can look at it is by looking at the model here. All right, so we started with 3 out of 6. We split each of those again. And so now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of a total of 12. So
everyone knows that 6 plus 6 is 12. I mean, and you can also see that in the squares.
So I agree, 6 plus 6. So anyway, so 6 is half of 12, right? 3 is half of 6, right? So what would be another equivalent fraction? Since 3 is half of 6, 6 is half of 12.
It's 6 divided by 2.
1/2 is another equivalent fraction because each of them show half of the total model. But you don't have to worry about that right now. If that confused and stressed you out, don't worry about it.
I learned that, so why can't we just do it with I just didn't know what to time it by, so
Yeah. Because all fractions are division problems.
There's also another one where you can just go 12 divided by 2 is 6, and then 6 divided by 2.
Absolutely. That is another way to find equivalent fractions. Wholeheartedly agree
I
with
just
you.
multiply it.
That's beautiful. That's a wonderful way to do equivalent fractions.
It's easy.
So,
Also, another way is a number one.
yes.
Like you write a couple and then like ones and then like 2 fours and then 3.
Absolutely. Yes.
And then if one is under that one on the top, then the equivalent.
Right. Yes. All right. So, your job today is going to be create equivalent fractions. You can use models or you can use multiplication or division. And if you have questions, please let me know.